Hello everyone, Elvian here, and we're back with One Piece Volume 102. I did catch a glimpse of the next volume cover, and I'm very excited about that. But, until we get to, Gear 5, we have to talk about this volume, when it's mostly devoted to Sanji versus Queen, and Zoro versus King, which they kind of spoiled King's true appearance in this cover, and kind of stuff with Queen too. You know, mostly King, but yeah, but that's part and parcel of Shonen volume covers for the most part. But yeah, okay. Zoro versus King was all right. Or well, I guess it's ended now. We didn't see a proper conclusion. It kind of the volume ended at the when Zoro delivered the last strike. Dragon Damnation. Uh, as you can see here, looks pretty cool. Nice. King of Hell, Three Sword Serpent. 103 Mercy. It always has something, a naming convention like that, huh, Zoro? Um, yeah, he's always has something like that. That's cool. King's true appearance kind of I don't know, a bit disappointing. It's kind. I feel like the thing with Katakuri, his seeing his true appearance was a bit more. It felt more like a big payoff than this. But I don't know. Maybe Oda will do something more with Lunarians. This the new species or type of person that's introduced. Although most of them looks like are dead. I don't know, but he could do something with it. Um, it did. They mention why they had to. He had to hide his appearance, or was he just? Did he just like? I don't know. Want to do it? I don't know. Um. Yeah. Okay, and they had Sanji versus Queen. Okay, Queen just kind of it was kind of ridiculous. Like with like how Oda made his powers evolve. Like, oh, he's a Brachiosaurus, and then now he's a Mecha Brachiosaurus, or he's like a snake, and it's like, oh, okay, uh, sure, that's you can do whatever, man. And okay, this might seem nitpicky or whatever, but this might be one of the worst lines I've seen in One Piece from Queen here. He said the names of like Ichiji and his brothers. Um, his brothers of Sanji's, and he's like, I warned you not to say their names around me. Sanji says, and Queen's like, there's no such thing as freedom of speech anymore. Like, why are you saying that, Queen? When has the principle of freedom of speech ever been established in any One Piece society? Has that ever been the case? Has there ever been a First Amendment in One Piece? I don't think the world government does that. I don't think Wano in Wano does. I don't think the Wano does that either. So why are you saying this? Did I? Does, does it even have anything to do with the fight? Why? Why? It really took me out. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I just don't. Why? It doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention that in Zoro's fight, the flashback, his master and like, his master was from Wano. Do we already know that? I kind of figured out that like from what I mean, they did establish that he had a sword from Wano, so that makes sense. That makes sense, I think. Um, but yeah, I don't know. As far as like big fights for Sanji and no, we're not done talking about Sanji. Though. Sanji, he crushed the mech the power suit from Germa, so he's totally cutting any influence out of from his old family, to whatever extent they were family, good on him, even though it might cost him some power. But it was affecting him. He was kind of turning. He was turning different. He was getting more power, like more. He was getting more resistant to attacks. But apparently he like blacked out for a second, and then when he woke up, when he gained consciousness or whatever, he realized that he hit a woman, which is unacceptable for Sanji. So, you want to cut that influence off, uh, which is nice. I'm liking Sanji's development. He even said goodbye to like peeping in bathhouses or whatever. uh, Good development. So, but it wasn't just these two fights. Uh, Kid and Law are fighting Big Mom. Kid last time was in a bit of a bind because Hawkins was fighting uh his second in command, Kid's second in command, Killer, right? And he had this doll, this like, oh, what do you call them? Those pincushion dolls that like, oh man, you stab them and then you get stabbed. There's a name for them. Why isn't it coming to mind? Jesus Christ, Jesus, you know what I'm talking about. Um, he had one of those, and the way around it is to slice off his arm because Kid doesn't have his left arm, so he can't feel that pain. That was fine. That was a good way of going about that. Killer, and then Kid and Law continue to fight Big Mom, and just when it felt like Big Mom was on the ropes, she fucking took the soul power of a bunch of people around her, and now she's bigger than ever. So like, what the hell? I guess they don't call her an Emperor of the Sea for nothing, man. And I thought Law or Kid would be, very dismayed at that, but they were like, "Oh, that sucks. I'll you get to keep going. There's no out for us. We'll kill you, Big Mom, even if it kills us." So that's cool. Momosuke is really trying to fight. He's like, he's really trying to get used to being a dragon. Apparently, they don't fly. Like, normally they like make clouds and then like grab the clouds. That's how dragons fly in One Piece, I guess. I guess that has to do with like folklore or whatever. But yeah, it took a bit to get rid of. Yeah, with those clouds, that's how Kaido does it. And he has clouds keeping up Onigashima. But as Kaido's being weakened in the fight, his control over keeping Onigashima afloat is weakening, and we're getting close to the flower capital. So it's like, okay, we can keep battling Kaido, but it's not without the downsides. And we could have Momo Nosuke try to keep Onigashima up, but he's still a novice. He still hasn't. He's learning on the fly how to control these clouds. How to fly as a dragon. So it's a tough situation, and there's a fire spreading throughout the castle, and there's lots of explosives in the basement, and so Yamato is going down there to hopefully try to prevent the worst case from happening. Oh man, there's a whole lot to this, man. I did like seeing Momonosuke bite down on Kaido. That was nice. Um, Trying to get get some guts, kind of like Wimpy Hoshi, trying to get her when we were trying to get her to get some guts. Now we're trying to get Momo, you know, to kind of stop being, Wimpy Kid. Now he has the appearance of 29 or like 20 whatever something guy. 28 was that the said? I don't know. But yeah, he has to look the part, or he has to act the part. He looks now. I did like the moment where um Cat Viper and Dogstorm were able to access their Sulon forms again when Kaido and Luffy's crash parted the skies. That was very cool, and they were able to use that to win their fights, which is quite cool. Like that, like that. What's else? Oh yeah, it's the CP9. They're back, right? They're back. They were in Dressrosa briefly, and now they're after Robin again. And on one hand, okay, there's like I kind of like how the Navy's or CP9's threats or whatever about how they're not going to let Robin go so easily or whatever. It gives kind of more weight to what they said in Ein's lobby, in his lobby. But on the other hand, I'm like, okay, do we really need to do this Robin shit again? She had her arc. Well, this feels like retreading old stuff we left behind, but I doubt they're gonna make a whole big. I doubt it's gonna lead to much. I think Robin probably will defeat them or something else. As if I were to guess. Uh, yeah. Oh yeah. In his dying fucking breath, fucking Kandro, or was Kandro, or no? It was no. I think yeah, it was Kandro. No, yeah, fucking Orochi, Kandro Orochi. They were summoned this Kazembo being of fire. There was already a fire going on, but makes it even worse. Uh, that's no good. No good at all. And there was more fights, I think. No, I think that's mostly it. That's mostly all the fights that are going on. Yeah. we're getting. I think we got most out of the way. We can go back to Luffy next week, or yeah, that'll be good. Can't wait. Uh, uh I just can't. I just want to see the fight. So see you guys next time. Have a good one. Yay.